Hi guys, my name's Nicholas. If you haven't been on this channel before, click that subscribe button. How do other people do this? Yo, you want some knives? Hello, internet people. My name is Nicholas. So, a little background before we get started. If you don't know, vector marketing is the marketing end of Cutco knives, which basically means that they sell all of Cutco and there's no other distributors. So just that background information in case you didn't already know. If you couldn't tell, I'm going to be talking about my experience with vector marketing and how it went. So it started off about a month ago when I saw an ad on Craigslist geared towards, I would say, like high school seniors and college kids, and it was talking about a marketing position. Didn't really give any details about what it was, but I thought, well, who knows? I'll just clickety-clack and sign up or whatever to get into their system, I guess. It was just a link. You filled out a couple questions. And then about 2 weeks later, I got a text message from them, which I thought was extremely weird, but I went with it. And it was basically about scheduling an interview to get a part of their team, which I, as a struggling college student who needs money, was definitely for. So I filled out this second application and waited to hear back from them, I guess. And I really didn't speak with anyone on the phone, which probably should have been a sign that what I was getting into was not healthy or right. But I got a text back from, I guess, one of the secretaries, and it said that I was scheduled for an interview on such and such date at such and such time, and they'll be super excited to see me. Go to this address, and it'll be exciting and everything. And so my naive self was like, alright, I can get down with this. When the day came for my interview, I load up the address on my phone and get ready to go to this interview. I'm all dressed up and everything. But once I get to where the address sent me, I realized that something is wrong because I don't see anything remotely close to vector marketing. Like nothing at all. There wasn't like a building or a sign or anything around. It was just some like fast food parking lot, and I was like, hey, something's up about this company. But I somehow find my way over to their building. I don't really know. It's not really a building. It was, anyways. But it was like 2 blocks down from where they had sent me with their address, which, okay, no, that's not how it works. So I get there, and what I get to is like an old motel that they like ran down and turned into office buildings, and not like a nice old hotel that was like, oh, glamorous. No, it was like some ratchet ass like piece that was out of some horror movie or something, falling apart. It was disgusting. Anyways, so I get out of my truck, well, the truck I was driving, and go into this interview, and the first thing I notice once I get in there is like there's nothing on the walls, or like anything in the room. There's like one big bedroom, I guess, because it is a hotel. There's just one desk for their secretary, I guess, that was taking phone calls, and another with pamphlets. There wasn't like anything on the walls. So I got in there, and they told me to go wait in a room, and they're having group interviews today. First off, this is the first time I heard about group interviews. When they talked about this whole ordeal, or text messaged me about everything, or whatnot, I assumed I was having a one-on-one interview with whoever was in charge of hiring. But no, it was a group interview, which I found out once I got there. I feel like it's important information I should know before I go to the interview. But I mean, whatever. I'm still down. This whole process or whatever, they don't really tell you what you're doing as part of the vector job or however they want to market it. But they set you down and you have to fill out another application to take the interview, which is weird because that's the third application so far that they're making you fill out to get this job. I already filled out 2. You called me in for an interview. Why do I have to fill out another application? Whatever, I did it. There was about like 5 or 6 other people in the room, and they did the same thing. And then all of us handed in our applications to the person in charge, I guess. I don't know. They didn't really. It wasn't very organized or whatnot. Anyways, then they called us all back into the head person's office and like sat us down all serious like and went through how we filled it out. And then after that, he said there's a next stage of the interview process And then he asked me if I have 60 to 90 minutes to do this second interview or group interview or whatever you want to call it. I don't know. They weren't very specific on anything. And first off, I'm like, maybe that's something you should tell me when I'm first signed up for this interview. What if I schedule this interview with like 10 other interviews and I didn't have that time? What? That doesn't make any sense. This whole system doesn't make any sense. But, I mean, I wasn't doing anything that day, so I was like, sure, I'll stay for your demonstration interview, whatever you want to call it. All of the people, pretty much, all of them, not pretty much, that were in the first round of applications or whatever, were in the same room for the second 60-minute, hour-long interview, group interview. Anyway, so there wasn't like anyone cut. This second 60-minute, hour-long interview is basically just big infomercial about the products that we're going to be selling. They cut like a penny and leather, which, let's be real, when am I ever gonna have to use knives to cut a penny? Like, that's just unrealistic. It doesn't make any sense. No, just stop. So they go through this whole thing, and this whole time, they don't say a thing about what we're doing with our marketing. I'm assuming this whole time that we're like telemarketers or something. Like, they're hiring us to call people and be like, yo, you want some knives? But no, that's not really what's happening. They just kind of gloss over the whole what you're going to be doing and just build up their whole Vector company and Cutco company, and this whole training process that they have that's basically like an academy process. But they don't really say what we would be doing as like members of the company. It's just kind of fluffed. This whole 90 minute goes by, and then he has us fill out another sheet of paper, which is basically just like, hey, did you kill someone? Like, have you committed a felony? Do you have a car? Blah, 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 blah. And then on the back of this, they asked to put like a bunch of people's names with phone numbers in case they want a job as well. Which this whole time through this interview, they're talking about how jobs and getting the position at Vector is super lucrative and no one ever gets it, and we're super selective on everyone, and they don't really have that many positions available. But if they didn't have that many positions available, why would they ask you to like recommend more people to start working? Like, that doesn't make any sense. So after we fill out this sheet of paper or whatever, they call everyone back into the office of the head manager guy. I don't really know what you call him, but they call him back and everyone goes back into his office, but one by one. So like, it takes flipping forever to get through this whole third interview at this point, I guess. I don't know, but this one's one-on-one, so it kind of makes sense. So you go back there, and he talks to you. Well, at least what he did to me is you went through everything and the whole, oh, we don't hire anyone, we don't really hire people, and you stood out so much about all the applicants, blah 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 kind of bullshit, you know. First off, he told me that I got the position because I am such an excellent candidate. But then after he tells me that I'm in the position, he goes through the bubble sheet of like all that they had us do. And when I filled it out, I accidentally put that I had like committed a felon, which obviously I have. Jokes. Like, he offered me the position without like questioning that I had committed a felon. What? No, that's not how it works. Maybe you should not hire felon. No, I missed it. I did not mean to press that, like, bubble that in or whatever. Anyways, so then they told me I got the position and that I'll have training in like 3 weeks. Oh yeah, back to the stupid training thing. I totally forgot about that. In the 60 to 90 minute interview, I don't even know if you want to call it interview, it's basically just an glorified infomercial. They talked about the training that all the Vector employees have to do. And it's basically a 3-day to like 6, 7, 8 hours, those 3 days of training about marketing and how to sell knives perfectly and blah, 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 blah. But this whole training thing, which is like a total of like 24 or 30 hours, is not paid for. You don't get paid to do that. Like, it's totally, you just show up for 7 hours a day and you get nothing out of it. Which, hello, what kind of business are you going to go to where you don't get paid for training? That makes no sense to me. No sense. Back to we're in the third interview. He signs me up for training, and he doesn't sign me up for training for like 3 weeks? Come on, you said I got the job, but you're not gonna train me for 3 weeks? I can't even, like, get started on this. This makes no sense. Whatever, I shook hands, smiled nicely, said my pleases and thank yous or whatnot, and then I got out of there. Like, they didn't really give you anything. They gave you, like, a pamphlet that was kind of shitty. Like, it didn't really do anything. We'll get a hold of you when it's time to do your whatnot, hoo-ha, whatever. I'm like, yeah. At this point, I'm still thinking that I got a telemarketing job, calling up people, going to random people's houses that sign up for this, and then I'll be selling knives to, like, strangers and stuff, and it'll be chill, and Vector Marketing will just provide me people to go to and sell stuff. After I get back to my house, and I, like, start researching Vector, I'm, like, become super skeptical. First off, they don't even tell you in this whole process what you're doing. They tell you you're gonna be, like, selling knives, but they don't tell you you're gonna be selling knives to your family and your friends. So if you don't have rich family and friends, you're not getting anything. Also, pay doesn't make any sense. They tell you that you're gonna get, oodles and oodles of money, but you only get oodles and oodles of money as long as you have clients and people to sell knives to. But you're only selling knives to your friends and your family. Like, you're not selling them to people that the Vector or the company is telling you to. You are selling knives, and you're pretty much doing, like, a middle school bake sale to your parents, except these cookies cost, like, $300-400 for one knife. Like, no, that's not gonna happen in any world where you're a broke-ass motherfucker who can't do anything. Like, no, this whole system didn't make any sense. So I keep researching them. Well, like, what is going through Vector, the companies, what is going through their mind? Like, this doesn't make any sense. Why would they? No, this job and this whole setup just seems so fake. It was just such a weird experience. And, I mean, after that, I obviously did not go to training or anything because I kind of realized it was a scam and not worth my time. Like, I'm not going to invest so much time into the stupid training, not even get money, then not get money because I don't know rich enough people and I don't know enough people to sell knives. It doesn't make any sense. I'm not going to waste my time on this stupid thing when I could do other things, have fun with my summer for once, I don't know. Or, like, actually work at my other job where I get actual money instead of fake future money. I don't know. They sell good stuff, I guess. If you want to spend $300-400 on a knife, go ahead, sell it. But, like, nah, like, that's not for me. And I just think the whole system's kind of bullshit and just doesn't make any sense. Be sure, if you like this video, give it a big thumbs up down below. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already and you like the kind of videos I make. I post every Tuesday and Friday if I have the chance to make a video. If I don't, then I don't. Oops. And I hope you have a great day. Bye!